Welcome to the SwordCast, SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash.
Let me take you for a ride. The passenger doors slide up and all you see is the hammer with thorn side. My levels stay high, bars in maximum health. Due to all these hyper combos, the devil may cry. Grenade launchers cave your roof. When I'm triggered like Captain Commando going rogue, armed to the saber tooth. Strap bombs across the chest, turn to scraps. All you marvel at what doesn't make Capcom. Whether you a juggernaut that caught a slug or not, you get your head peeled. Gambit's card poured and Chris bled in the red field. Wesker could die too. I threw a fireball to lit the sky blue from within, but I'm no kin to Ryu. So what you offer? What I produce in the hawk eye of the storm and knock loose the armor off any author. That goes for most writers that know this venomous heat. I spit out fiery skulls from a billion ghost riders. Can't crack parts of the Iceman Blackheart for pushing my buttons as if it was A-B back, start forward and up and down like a stock exchange. You look at one Dr. Doom, then the other Doctor Strange.
Welcome to the SwordCast, SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, SwordCast. My wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash.
Boom. Hold on, wait a
Shit.
Gotta put on the Cyberpunk glasses.
Did you wear those somewhere recently?
I did, bro. I wore them bitches at BlerdCon, god damn it.
Hey.
I might as well just jump right into it. What have I been into? Well, I went to BlerdCon.
Whoa.
With my who did I go with? My family.
Oh, you had to think about that?
Well, I had to think about like how I was going to introduce my nephews, both of them, who are both up and coming nerds. Even though they're both like 20 at this point.
Well, that it takes time.
Takes time. My nephew, one of my nephews cosplayed as Link. He looked pretty good.
That's great.
The other one was too cool to cosplay. I was like, all right, bro, come on.
And then he'll realize that it's actually
lame to not
cosplay.
No, you have to cosplay. So
that's level 2 nerdum though.
Facts. I mean, it took me a little minute to get comfortable cosplaying, but now I'm in there. I'm in there now. So what did my cosplay look like? Oh, I'm glad you asked. I prepared some photos for us today. So boom, I got a bunch of different loadouts. So I went as V from Cyberpunk 2077. You guys know how much I love V. I have the same glasses on right now, but if you look closely, I know you can't really see here, but if you look closely, you can see the fucking shit. Damn. Motherfuck. Here we go. You can see the cyberware, bro. Look at this. The cyberware on the face. The actual, awesome. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
The fucking face plate. Shit was fire. My collar, same collar I wore in the video. Shit lights up.
Dope.
What else we got here? We got Edmund. Look at he did his Soldier of Hyrule. So this is keeping the Link theme going.
Edmund is a professional.
No, he's a professional cosplayer. He won. He got moved up from novice, and now he's in journeyman, and he won in his division.
Oh my gosh!
I think he's a professional, bro.
Shout out to Edmund, man. Cosplay GOAT. Also, sidebar, special shout out to Edmund.
Yes,
this guy. So he cosplayed on one of the days as the Green Poncho from Craig the Creek, which you all know how much I love Craig the Creek and the Green Poncho. Omar is my favorite character from that cartoon.
Yes.
This wonderful human being, Edmund, sent me. Can you see it?
Nope.
This.
There we go.
Okay. Which is the Green Poncho's arsenal.
That's fire.
From Craig the Creek.
Mm-hmm.
And then He sent me the bow as well.
Fire. He made that.
He made that.
That's crazy.
Do you know how crazy it is to make something from nothing?
Yeah.
Where do you even start?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know how you do that.
So look, what we're looking at here,
crazy.
He did Link and Cloud Strife, two of my favorite characters. Blended together. So it's keeping on from the theme of last year where he did Link and Jin from Ghost. I have insider knowledge that he will be keeping the theme going, but I'm not going to tell you how it's going to keep going. But he's got a theme going, and I am going to keep my theme going as well. But I'm gonna try to coordinate with him. So we'll see. But we'll break that out when the time comes. So he made everything, bro. He made the fucking gauntlet. He even sewed the pants.
Crazy, bro. This dude is literally a professional.
The only thing that he's wearing that he didn't make, as far as I can tell, is the boots and the turtleneck. Literally everything else he made.
He probably made those too.
Right. I don't know that he didn't make the turtleneck. He might have.
You're just assuming.
He made the Buster Sword, and that motherfucker is heavy. I got a chance to hold it. That shit is heavy as fuck. It's solid. It's like, yeah, it's fire. Super fire. Shout out to our brother Edmund.
Thank you. You're the real MVP. I'm definitely doing Green Poncho at the next con I go to. So much appreciated. Amazing.
So this is another loadout that I have for V. So I got the Johnny Silverhand pistol, and then I have a shotgun that's actually in the frame behind me here. In the frame.
Oh my gosh.
There.
So cool.
He made this shotgun. It's one of the tech shotguns from the game, and it is fucking awesome. I don't even know, like, he made that shit, and I'm like, how do you start? Like,
yeah,
like where do you start from?
That's what I don't understand when he builds these elaborate things. Yeah. I don't know, when you look at that shotgun, look at that.
Yeah, hold on.
Where do you start building it at? You know what I mean? I don't understand.
So, in case anybody is watching on this is a foam cosplay replica. Please do not take us to jail. Yeah, shit is, and I can't even get it all. It's so big, I can't even get it all in the.
Bro, it is incredible,
and it's in two pieces as well.
I don't understand. See, nah, I would never be able to do this.
It's professional. He is a professional,
and it looks worn. How?
So that's the thing. That's what he does. That's what he actually does. I'm not gonna give. I don't know if this is a trade. If this is like breaking an NDA, but he works in an industry where his job is literally to age like clothes to make them look worn.
That is insane.
That's literally exactly his job, is to make them look worn. So he's excellent at that.
You're cheating. You're bringing your real life talent. You're bringing your real life talents into cosplaying. That's cheating.
Yep. He's dominating right now. All right. So then we got, this is me and Edmund together in our respective cosplays.
Fire.
I look fucking cool, man. I can't lie. Edmund looks cool too, but it's for me. I got the Night City swag. I'm with it. I love that aesthetic, bro. Dog. So then we've got me. When I see pictures like this, it reminds me. This is another loadout. I got the Arasaka mask, and again, if you zoom in, I popped in the Karoshis. So what I mean by that is, look at the eyeballs. Popped in the Karoshis, dog. The fucking cybernetic eyes.
That's crazy.
With the faceplate.
You went in this.
Yeah, no, we went crazy. So I look at this picture, and this is a normal size human. And then it reminds me of the fact that I played college basketball. Because I don't think of myself as tall, because like from my basketball context, like I'm 6'1". That's not tall for basketball. That's short.
In regular life.
But for normal humans, like clear, I'd be forgetting like, damn.
Y'all little.
Right. Y'all niggas is tiny out here. I took one picture. So you see, I got the holster. I got the Johnny Silverhand pistol, the Malorian in the holster. I took a picture with somebody in there, and because my jacket was covering it, So when I started posing, I pulled it out. He was like, "Oh shit!" He pulled the stick out of nowhere. Like, you see it, goddamn it.
The stick.
Pulled the blicky out, dog.
Bro.
And this is my third. Loadout. This was the samurai sword, which is obviously a feature on Cyberpunk 2077. You could do the samurai sword. So
awesome.
Yeah, man, we was out here doing a thing. Doing a thing. BlerdCon was super fire. Got to hang out with Mega Ran.
Shout out to Mega Ran.
Got to meet some cool hip hop nerdy people. Yeah, and it was dope.
That's
super
awesome,
cool.
Man.
That's what I've been into.
Very cool. One day I will go.
Now we got to play that shit. We're doing it next year.
There we go.
We're doing it next year.
Next year. It is written. Listen, okay. Yeah, man.
Dog, it's so funny when people use that meme on like NBA Twitter when like it's like a prospect starts playing well.
That's funny. That is great. But yeah, man, welcome. Episode 180. This is our first episode of Minute, man. We're here. Yeah. We're together. A lot of album stuff going on, man. Tomorrow, if you are in Detroit, it is the album release show for Cyberpunk Rhapsody, which, kind of might as well use this as a segue. The album reception has been amazing, man. Thank you guys for listening and supporting. And, we dropped this Still Packed Tight and Microchip video 2 weeks ago. It's got 22,000 views already.
Yeah.
22K.
That's just doing numbers, bro.
That's wild.
It is.
And thank you, man. Thank everybody for just playing it, continue to run it up, run the album up, man. And it's awesome. So thank you guys.
For sure, man. I was very, very blown away. I thought that it was going to do well, and I thought that people would like it. But, like, it's really, like, people give a fuck. Like, and that's cool.
People are treating our baby good.
Because we talked about that, man. We were worried. But we trained our fans well, and they understood the assignment, man. They got what we were putting down.
And you guys are treating our baby with love and respect.
Yeah.
Love it.
Respect, man.
But yeah, bro, what I've been into is I've been into comic books. My son, I think I said on here kind of recently that he's kind of been going through my old comic books, which I have like tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of, and he kind of got inspired to start his own collection. The new X-Men reboot that dropped, has been waiting on that since like May. So he's been really into comics, which got me into comics again. And I never really left, but you know what I mean. I'm going back, reading some older stuff, picking up some of the current stuff that's coming out. So I just been mad checking out comics. There's a really dope Darth Maul
I saw that
comic out right now. It's incredible. He's such a good character, man. He's obviously my favorite Star Wars character, but just his comics, really his comics are really good always. And that's a really dope run right now. The Ultimate Spider-Man run going on right now is excellent as well. And then I've been waiting on a minute for Heir of Apocalypse to come out. It's like a mini series about Apocalypse and him trying to find an heir to replace him as Apocalypse. And it's in it's 3 books out right now. That's been fire as well. There's a really dope Transformers comic out right now with Image Comics. Same guy who did Do a Powerbomb, remember the wrestling comic? Yep. He's writing it. He did the art for the first few, and it's amazing. That's dope too. So it's a lot of dope comics right now. I've been going back reading some older stuff as well. But yeah, man, that's what I've been into. I've just been into comic books, man.
Comic books are good. They're cool.
They are cool, and I love to open the bin and just smell the old 90s comics that have been sitting in there forever. But yeah, bro, speaking of music, our album is out. There's been a lot of rap albums coming out this year. We were kind of talking off air about, and I was kind of saying that, you know, when we're creating something, I don't listen to rap music, you know what I mean? And the reason I don't is I don't like to, when you're creating something, I think that sometimes if you're listening to something that's in the same I guess universe as what you're doing, I do think that there's a level of subconscious influence that can
for sure
happen. You know what I mean? And I just really always just want to be purely me, my ideas, my sound, you know what I mean? So I don't listen to rap when I'm creating something. And I also talked about, you know, when we kind of spent a lot of time talking about the album, how long it takes to create an album, you know what I mean? Especially something like what we just did. So it takes a couple years, right? And so I've legitimately gone a couple years without listening to rap, you know what I mean?
Same.
And so this is kind of my first time in a while listening to the newer, you know, stuff that's coming out. Loved Samurai by Lupe. That's one of my favorites of the year. Blue just dropped an album produced by Evidence, Los Angeles, fire. Love that too. I talked with some of the homies in the Discord about how I've recently gotten into Markami. He's excellent MC. Love him. He's got an album that came out this year that is maybe my favorite project this year.
Wow.
Which is saying a lot. It's some really good stuff, but I think he's really dope. And the Common joint came out. Check that out, the Common and Pete Rock joint. I have not listened to the new Eminem album yet. Is there anything that you have checked out this year that has caught your ear?
Yeah. I listened to Samurai by Lupe. You know, Lupe is one of my favorite rappers.
Yep. Excellent.
I liked it a lot. Kind of liked our record better, though. I can't lie, man. I can't lie. But you know, who cares what we think? We're a couple of random assholes. Who cares? I did listen to the Eminem record, and I liked it. I will say this. I will say I liked it. The little kid in the, like, I don't know, 13-year-old angsty 9th grader had a lot of fun, and it was very nostalgic. But the adult in me can't quite overlook how hard he goes on some of the transphobia and the homophobia. I get it. It's within the context of, like, the story that he's trying to tell, where, like, you know, Slim Shady is saying all this outrageous shit on purpose to get him canceled, to get Marshall Mathers canceled. But it's still just kind of like, man, I get it, but that's the same mistake Dave Chappelle made, bro. Like, you're not the messenger for those type of jokes, so just relax. Right. Other than that, he was rapping his ass off. There's a couple of, like, legit, like, fire ass songs on there. The one people have been talking about, the one with I don't know how you pronounce his name. Is it Jid or is JID? Or how do you pronounce his name?
I actually don't know.
Well, that guy, you know, whatever.
I know he's dope though. I've heard him on some stuff. Sorry, that guys, song is old. I'm out of the loop on a lot of things.
I know. We just dated ourselves. We just dated ourselves so bad with that. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but that song is fire.
Yeah, word.
Eminem can rap, bro. I don't care. This whole, like, retrospective history where we pretended Eminem is not an elite lyricist is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, you can not like his music. You can think that he's crazy. You can think that he's corny, whatever. But we're not about to sit up here and say he can't rap. Like, we're not doing that. Come on.
Very true.
I've grown out of Eminem. I get it. He's not I haven't really listened. This is the first full Eminem album that I've listened to all the way through in probably like 10 years. Like, a lot of like the post, like, Marshall Mathers LP stuff where he was doing all the encore and, like, Relapse and all the drug addict shit. Like, I was kind of out on Eminem during that time. But this feels a lot more like those first like 3 records. First 3 or 4 records, it definitely feels more like in that vein for sure.
I definitely gotta check it out.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say that's probably the album that like sat with me the most, other than ours, of course.
Boom. Very cool. Shout out to the homie Cinema Sai. I was on. I did a podcast interview last week, and it was the best interview I've done in years. So
yes,
you guys,
I listened to it.
I think you guys should check it out. That's one of my guys. Me and Cinema Sai. I met him years ago in New York. Man, he's. I think he came around to my music around the time I did Mike Sword, so we've kind of stayed connected. He's a great writer, great interviewer. He's one of my favorite people in this industry. Good dude.
Nice.
Spent some time with him in New York before. He kind of hit me up after the album came out. We did this interview. So definitely check that out. And coincidentally enough, he interviewed Lupe in the next episode,
which is fucking crazy.
Which is incredible.
Yeah.
So shout out to his pod, man. Definitely check out the interview I did with him. It's really good. But I'm a thief. I stole some question that he had asked me that I really love, because I'm gonna know your answer.
Okay.
What is the last movie you watched that you felt really strongly about? And it could be positive or negative. It could be a new movie you watched, an old movie you watched recently.
Here, let's make this easier. I don't watch movies that I don't like. You know, if that makes any sense.
Well, yeah, but you could be checking something out for the first time and hate it.
I kind of feel like I do enough research to know if I'm gonna hate it. Like, I'll watch a movie that I'm not sure about. And I'll like, oh, that it looks interesting. But if it's something that's like, nah, I know I'm gonna hate that, I usually don't watch shit like that. But you know, every now and then I go, I got a great answer for this. Civil War, bro.
I actually haven't seen that.
I'm curious to know what you think about this movie.
I heard that people liked it. I haven't seen it, so.
Man.
Oh boy.
It was a very well-made movie. I'll give you that. Like, from a straight like cinematography standpoint, from a directing standpoint, they had a couple of action scenes that were fire.
Can I ask what this movie is about? Because I don't know anything about it.
I kind of feel like I shouldn't tell you, though.
Okay.
I think it kind of matters. Okay. As a matter of fact, my reaction to it is almost a spoiler.
Okay.
I'll just say this. I was very fired up about how they told the story.
Okay.
You know, I got a very strong reaction from me, and so I'll give it, just for the sake of answering the question, I'll give another example. I'll give another answer. But I do think you should watch that.
Fired up in a way that might
can go either way, bro. Fired up.
You just scored the game-winning shot in the game, or fired up in?
I might have missed it. I might have turned the ball over.
No.
Or I might have made it. You know, who knows? It was yeah. I want you to watch it though. I'm very curious about because it's a very well made movie. Alex Garland we fuck with Alex Garland. He's awesome. I want you to I'm just curious to see what you think. They tell a very interesting story in a very interesting way.
Making me nervous, man.
I'm curious to your reaction. So another movie that, I mean, aside from like Dune and like, you know, these giant movies that we really loved, I would say, hey, you know what, bro? Bad Boys 4, dog.
Was it good?
I fucked with that shit, man.
So I've only seen the first 2 Bad Boys movies.
That's fine. The third one was trash. Don't matter.
But that summer when Bad Boys 2 came out, what year did that come out? Look it up.
It's like 2005, I think, or 6.
Because I was right in the heart of when Bad Boys 2 came out. I was
2003. Damn.
I was right. I was young. That was
that was like the beginning of high school.
Yeah, I was really young, and I just remember my sister took me to see that movie, and that was my favorite movie for a while. for like a couple years, Bad Boys 2 is my favorite movie.
It only got a 24% on Rotten Tomatoes. They tripping,
crazy.
Bro. Come
Black.
on.
The second half of that movie where they go to Cuba.
Yes.
Goodness gracious, that movie was excellent. I don't care what anybody says. I just always used to laugh at that scene where Gabrielle Union throws stuff. She's like, right next to the mine. She throws the gun so it lands on the.
So she thought it was like Saturday morning cartoons.
She was kind of
right next to the mine.
She was a little stapled on in that movie.
She was.
But it was. But yeah, that was one of my favorite movies back in the day.
Yeah, Bad Boys 2. I like that one a lot. I like the first Bad Boys a lot too.
Smith is so cool.
He's bro. All right. So that was kind of my point, bro. So like, Bad Boys 4.
Really is, man.
I'm just so happy for Will Smith, dog.
Bro,
like,
so cool.
It's a hit. People love it. Is it a great movie? No, I mean, whatever. Who cares? I mean, it's Fast and the Furious, bro. Like, those movies are all ridiculous.
It's fast food, man.
Right. At this point, we go for the explosions, bro. Like, I don't care. I don't expect this movie to have any coherent plot.
I think that part of the way that we perceive movies is a problem sometimes because I feel like
100%.
I think fans watch everything the same and they don't know how to switch the lens that they're viewing it through. You know what I mean? You can't watch, I don't know, you can't watch Despicable Me the same way that you watch Seven Samurai. You know what I mean? And that's what people do.
And also, like, I would even take it a step further that the idea of quote unquote well-made film is all of these are just arbitrary terms.
Yeah,
they're based on,
if you like it, it's a well-made film. If
right,
you
bro.
like it,
like based on some usually Eurocentric standard of like what a quote unquote good film is supposed to be.
Yeah, because boy, I didn't watch some legendary films.
Bro, them bitches was weak.
Boy,
weak.
I didn't, man. And
sorry, like I don't care. Some of those classics are trash
and they're boring.
Boring. God. The fuck. Come on, dog.
I have fallen asleep on a lot of classics.
Bruh.
A lot of classic movies. But I some not so classic movies I never fell asleep on.
Facts, bro. Like, listen, I'm not about to argue that Fast and the Furious is like an Oscar worthy film.
Right.
But I will tell you that I had a good ass time watching them fucking movies.
Right.
I had a good ass time watching Vin Diesel use a Mustang to take down a helicopter with a grappling hook somehow. Like, I had a good time watching them niggas flying to drive a car into space. I had a good time watching them niggas drive a fucking car over a nuclear submarine. Like,
oh my god!
Like, bro, this shit it's silly, bro. It's comic books, it's cartoons, it's wrestling, it's mindless fun, bro. Who cares? You know, I think that those movies have value, and I also think that the movies that are these like high end artsy fartsy films are not for everybody. Like,
yeah.
Clearly, like,
no, that's true. And you know, I watch. You know, I'm a film guy, and I think that there is also this level of there's a level of intimidation that comes with checking out a classic movie because you feel that pressure is, well, if I don't like it, does that mean, you know what I mean? Does that mean I don't appreciate fine art?
Man, no, hell, I hear what you're saying, but no, ignore that shit. I go into these, this is the time where my ego saves me. Because I go into these movies, hold on.
This movie about to be trash. Let me check this
hold
movie
on, I go into this movie like this, hold on, look. Let me see what these niggas talking about. Let me see this weak ass shit, nigga. Let's see what these niggas really talking about, man. Fuck this shit, bro. I go into movies that especially, again, like I'm being a little bit facetious, but I am serious about like taking Eurocentric art standards with a grain of salt. Like, if that's the rubric by which we're grading, I'm already kind of like
tuning out.
I mean, this is the reason why I've talked about this before, right? This is the reason why I think like the K-dramas and you know, on a broader level, anime, you know, the Korean director who's had some Oscar success. I can't remember his name. The guy who did Parasite and all of that. And Old Boy, I think he was a part of the Old Boy team. Like, those movies appeal to a certain type of American fan base, right, us for sure. Because I think that in Western society, and when I say Western society, I'm talking about America and also Europe, right? Like because America has Eurocentric standards for almost everything.
Almost everything. Even,
right?
I mean, listen to just voices on things. It's always a British accent.
British accent. That means
always,
a British accent means that it's sophisticated. It means that it's smart.
that
it's polished.
Represents a sophistication and high class.
100%. So
in advance, it's so weird.
So like, and so with that comes this very Eurocentric Western style of storytelling, where we have these very specific tropes of the chosen one, the you know, the revenge tale, the, like, you know, all of these like sort of storyboard archetypes. Almost everything in fiction in Western society comes from one of those tropes, right? The movies can be different. They can have different outcomes and, you know, different themes or different settings, whatever. But like, very often the themes are very, very similar. So that's why it's like hard for it's hard for me to be really blown away by a film these days, because like it's always going to be some version of some trope that we've seen before. It's funny that like I'm talking a bunch of shit about these cliches, but I can only think of The Chosen One. That's the one that comes to mind the most. The revenge film. What else? The scorned lover. Like all of these like really classic reoccurring themes. What we find with the K-dramas, what we find with anime sometimes, even though that's starting to change, what we find in like these Eastern movies and even just movies from other parts of the world, they have different archetypes.
Yeah, they do.
Right? Like the way that they tell stories, like they're not pulling from the same well of like storytelling building blocks that Western society is building from. And from my perspective, it's like, yo, like, yeah, that's new. You know what I mean? Like, Old Boy, nigga, what the like that was crazy, bro. Like I never would have guessed. Like, oh my God, the 3 body problem. Holy shit. Holy shit, bro. Like the way they tell this story. And I mean, I've talked a lot about 3 body problem, but like once you first of all, you don't have any fucking idea what's going on. Once you learn what's going on, it's like, it ain't what you think it is. It ain't what they told you it was. And then once you find out what it really is, it still ain't what you thought it was. It just keeps going crazier and crazier. It's like, bro, what's making that noise?
I don't know. Is that Cloud?
No, I think it might be me. But whatever. Anyways. But
yeah, I definitely feel that. So, for me, a movie I'll do 2, because I watched 2 movies recently that I felt strongly about. First one is The Lion King.
Yes.
Man, I love The Lion King. I have not seen it. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Haven't seen it in a really long time. I actually had a horrible experience with it because I showed it to Jayless when he was really young. I think I showed it to him when he was like 3 or 4. And my goodness, it just completely, it was just one of those, this was my favorite movie when I was young, so you should. And we watched it, and man, the part where Mufasa died,
that's tough.
He was
distraught.
It destroyed him, and we never finished the movie. Had to turn it off.
I mean, you know my story, the Independence Day, bro.
Yeah, bro.
It fucked me up until I was grown.
Dog. So I had to literally never break that movie out again until they were older. And then the other night, you know, over the summer, me and my daughter, me and Nova chill. We watch Disney movies at night all the time, and she picked Lion King, and I was like, oh, I haven't seen this in forever. We watched it, and I was just like, this movie is such a masterpiece. Shit, oh my goodness. I love it so much. And then they just so happened to be showing it for the 30th anniversary at the movie theater. So Sunday we went to see it in the movies. Keep in mind, this is I was really young when it first came out, So I don't know if I saw it. I think I did. I think I saw it in theaters when it first came out as a really little kid.
I can't remember if I did or not.
So seeing it in the movie theater was just incredible. This movie is it's perfect. It's incredible. And then it's not only very nostalgic, but it's just one of those, when your kids enjoy something too that you like, it's that nostalgia, but it's also that bridge to, you know, their generation too. And it's such a good movie. I love it. It's excellent. The music, the animation is good. The story's amazing. Then seeing it as an adult, now, you know, when you're a kid, it's all about Simba, but now, you know, seeing it as an adult, Mufasa is just incredible character to me. So that movie is so good. The other movie, Independence Day, bro. like you just said. So 4th of July, I always watch Aliens, I always watch Terminator 2, and I always watch Independence Day. Watched Independence Day this year on the 4th of July, and I was just kind of I've always loved the movie, but it's just it's crazy how good that movie is still. It's one of the best hostile alien invasion movies of all time.
Bro, those aliens were so fucking
and the
mean,
aliens
dog.
were scary.
They were scary as fuck, and they were mean. Like, what do you mean you want to destroy everything?
For what?
Why?
It was so crazy.
Let's hang out or something.
Bro, and then Will Smith just punches this alien in the face and
welcome to Earth.
Drags it through the desert. Amazing.
That's one of Will Smith's best roles, in my opinion.
We're talking about films. I mean, I think that is his best role.
He killed that shit, bro.
He was incredible.
If nothing else, I think that was the film that was like his official like superstar turn.
Will Smith around that time reminds me of, and obviously much better actor, but similar to the heat that Arnold Schwarzenegger had in the early 90s and the late 80s, where he was just on fire with these. Like, Will Smith had a very similar run where he was just
his run.
Fire,
hold on, I think this is worth looking at,
bro. Independence Day, Men in Black, Bad Boys. He was on fire in the 90s, man. He was unbelievable in the 90s, and he just has that magnetic. Just his personality it ages so well too when you go back and watch these movies.
All right, let's look at his run through the late 90s, early 2000s. This shit about to be so crazy, dog.
I'm telling you, man, he was on fire.
All right. Oh shit, that's not even his acting credits. Holy shit. All right, so after Fresh Prince, that ended. Oh, he was still doing Fresh Prince while he did Independence Day and Bad Boys. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Bad Boys is 95. That was probably like his first big movie.
Banger.
I guess he did 6 Degrees of Separation, but that wasn't as big a movie. Independence Day 96.
Banger.
Men in Black 97.
Banger.
Fucking hell. Enemy of the State 98.
Banger.
Wild Wild West 99. It was a big movie, but it was a little bit of a flop.
Yeah, it was a flop. I didn't like the movie.
Legend of Bagger Vans. Ali. Banger. Men in Black 2, still a banger. Bad Boys. So Men in Black. So Ali was 2001. Men in Black 2, 2002. Bad Boys 2, 2003. Banger. I, Robot 2004. Hitch 2005.
Hilarious.
Pursuit of Happiness 2006.
Oh my goodness.
Banger. I Am Legend 2007. Hancock 2008. Dog, he's the greatest actor of all time. He's the greatest actor ever. That's like every year, every single year from 1995 to 2008, just a slam dunk, bro.
13-year run of slam dunks.
And then he had After Earth. That shit was weak as hell.
I didn't see it.
He had a little bit of a break from 2008 to 2012.
For actors like this, their run is usually like 4 or 5 years.
Nah, he did that shit for 13 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Focus. That movie was actually pretty good in 2015.
Yeah, he was definitely on fire, man.
He's
hitting up.
Yeah, he's lately. But Bad Boys, King Richard, Emancipation, I didn't see that. But Bad Boys Ride or Die, that shit was fire. So come on, Will, man. Look, we wasn't finna cancel you. Man, fuck Chris Rock,
I
bro.
wasn't about to cancel.
Hell nah. We wasn't I mean, should you have slapped a nigga on TV? Probably not. But fuck Chris Rock, bro. Man, we wasn't finna cancel you for Chris Rock.
Yeah,
Chris Rock.
Yeah, nah.
Come on, bro. We good, Will. You got everybody lose their temper every now and then. I get it.
I wasn't even ever thinking of.
Hell nah, bro. I get the white folks tried to get rid of him, but nah, we gonna hold you down. Bad Boys.
See, look at them. Look at how they lose their temper.
Right. As soon as Bad Boys 17 come out, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. We good.
Goodness.
Men in Black's 8 come out. I'll be there. We good, bro. Will Smith is locked in, man.
Yeah, he's a legend.
He's a legend for
shout
sure.
out to Will Smith.
Shout out to Will Smith, bro.
Great. Like I was saying, Independence Day is a banger. Such a good movie. Is that the greatest president of all time in that movie?
That nigga was, yeah. I would have voted.
Was a stand-up human being in that movie, bro. Unbelievable. Best president on screen ever, easily.
Yeah.
But all right, man, it's time. It's time, Star Wars fans. The Acolyte has completed. We haven't really got a chance to talk about the show on here.
We haven't. That's crazy. Like the whole series is over.
Gone, yeah. The Acolyte has came and went. I personally loved it.
Hell yeah.
Had some nitpicks in there, but really, really enjoyed this show, man. Just give me. Let's start with some positives. Give me your 3 favorite things from the show.
Love the main actor, Amanda Steinberg's fantastic. I've always liked her, but she really acted her ass off. Asses off because she was 2 people, or was she? Or was she? I don't know.
Stop.
Just saying.
Stop.
Just saying.
Stop it.
Bro, lightsaber choreography.
Ugh.
Yeah, I without exaggeration and like not counting the animated shit, this was the best lightsaber fights that I think we've had. Like throughout an entire series
Collectively. There was not one fight in this show that I didn't rewind in the same sitting. Every single one I ran it back.
I was having a conversation about this earlier where the reason why these lightsaber fights look different, feel different, and in my opinion are better. Not everybody likes them, but they're stupid in my opinion. But the reason why they feel different and I prefer them is because they're taking their cues from martial arts films, which is not what they usually do with lightsaber fights. They usually, depends on who, like Ahsoka, very much a samurai western, right? Like very much Akira Kurosawa, like, studying your opponent and it's over in 4 moves, which is dope. I'm here for it. That's fire. You had the prequels, or you had the original trilogy that just was, them niggas they wasn't doing shit with their lightsabers. Right. That shit was weak. Right. That shit was weak as hell. You had the
prequels, baby.
Prequels were fire. And the prequels were fire, period. There's no weirdness.
There's no.
Yeah, there's no but. Well, I guess there is a but not in a bad way. The only but is that like the style of lightsaber fight was like American action movie, like just over the top, like crazy. It's like very much like blood sport, right? Yeah. Like Terminator or Predator, where it's like an American style action film.
The only time I would say Ray Park really brought a Chinese wushu style
with his fighting style, but in my opinion, not the way that it was shot though.
No, not with the way it was shot. The
fighting style, of course.
The fighting style,
yeah, without doubt. And even in the sequel trilogy, the lightsaber
agree with the camera work, 100%
for sure. The lightsaber fights in the sequel trilogy were fire too, especially the Praetorian Guard fight, Rey versus Kylo on the Death Star. Yep. And then the last fight, they were all fire. But again, it was very similar style. It was a little bit more like down to earth version of the prequel trilogy style. But this shit, this was different, bro. They were taking their cues from flat out like classic wuxia movies, right?
It's crazy.
There was even a little bit of Power Rangers in that shit. There was a little bit of like Super Sentai.
Yeah.
So there was one. So, bro, the fight between Saul and the Stranger. Bro, that's one of the coldest lightsaber fights ever, bro.
From the finale.
The finale.
That might be my second favorite lightsaber fight of all time.
Bro, that shit was so hard, dog.
It was
that, yeah, for sure.
And the camera work, the choreography. Saul is.
It was Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
It was
bro.
Crazy, and then Saul is. He's not the best lightsaber duelist, but he's such a smart.
Yes.
He's such just a very cerebral fighter. It was.
Bro, my favorite moment, possibly in the whole series. Again, I can't stress enough how much they're leaning into like Eastern martial arts films and the way that they were shooting, the way that it was choreographed. I mean, even the opening fight scene in the first episode was a flat out like
with Indara and
it was a flat out like kung fu flick, like 100%.
Awesome.
So one of my favorite moments was within the context of this Eastern martial arts cinema, where you have, I mean, you think of Kung Fu Hustle as like a really exaggerated version of the old martial artists using like some sort of form or some sort of reset to like do something with the atmosphere, do something with the environment. The one that comes to mind is the guy with the rings when he was doing like his form and he was like using the rings to like, they were like kind of coming off and going back on. Yeah. So, but that's like a Shaolin, like technique, but you saw the practicality of it.
Gordon Law too. Had a movie.
You saw the practicality of it with the rings. So there was a scene where Saul did that with the Force.
Crazy, bro.
When he deflected the two lightsabers, and it was just like a martial arts like reset where he like used the Force as like a shield.
That's crazy.
I rewound that shit like 5 times. I was like, bro, that shit is fucking fire, bro.
It was incredible. Definitely.
So I loved the fight choreography. It was fantastic. And then the last thing I'll say is the sweaty. The sweaty was like.
There's a lot of, if you were
some deep cuts, man.
If you were like, especially people our age, we really grew up on the Star Wars, on the Legend stuff and the comics, and there's some things in this show that are not only being, I don't know if I should say validated, but just being, I guess, there's a lot of stuff in Star Wars where people are constantly wondering if it's canon or not, and I think that this show brung some of those concepts and it's canonized the word.
Yeah, it is a word.
And just pretty much canonized some of those things. The whole Vergence Force areas and what's that material called?
Cortis or Cordalis or something. Yeah,
the material that the mass is made out of. That, we'll get into this later, but it's also mined by a certain couple characters and all that stuff. And just it was and exploring these Force users that aren't Jedi, that aren't Sith. It's just really, really, really dope stuff, man. So I definitely agree. The sweaty in this show was excellent.
Yeah. Yep. It was awesome. I'm trying to find what that shit is called. Cortosis.
There we go.
Cortosis. Yeah, cortosis.
Yeah. So for me, 3 things I loved about the show. I gotta copy you. Sorry, the fights. The fights in this show, as you said,
they're awesome.
Taking the inspiration from legit martial arts films, bringing it to Star Wars, amazing. It was incredible, man. All the fights in the show were bangers. Even the small little quick showdowns. My goodness, when Quamir, the stranger, fights for the first time, that episode 5, unbelievable, bro. My man's just headbutting lightsabers
to turn the bitches off. Like he headbutted the power button on them bitches.
He was unbelievable. He snapped my man's neck easily. The most gruesome death in Star Wars history.
Yeah,
that
because his shit was like backwards, kind of.
I was surprised they showed it.
Yeah,
I thought it was gonna be an off-screen type death where you hear the noise, but they don't. They cut away. Nah, they showed that joint. They showed that joint in full frame.
Yeah,
that was crazy. Clearly the fights. Another thing, just Quamir, man, the character, the stranger. He's one of my favorite Star Wars characters of all time. He
looks sweet as hell too.
Looks sweet. He really. I kind of talked before about how he really reminded me of. They had the Kylo Ren comic book years ago, and that story kind of went through the origin of the Knights of Ren and what that is, and how. Kylo Ren is it's a title. You know what I mean? It's a title for the leader of that group, and the guy who was Ren before Ben Solo was really reminded me of Quamir a lot. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't even know if I would rule that out being some direction they go in yet.
For sure.
He was incredible. And then the third thing that I really loved about this show, man, I don't know. I know I liked Amanda Steinberg. I thought she was good.
Of course.
I think that she I thought that it was. I mean, you already said it. Was she playing two characters?
I mean, that's what Saul seems to think.
But I'll throw a bonus one in there. I absolutely love the Jedi being kind of
yes. They're kind of fucking up here.
Just being presented as these, kind of selfish, just they're selfish, and they just kind of, they're literally Force user. Get them, indoctrinate them in what we do,
in our religion,
and if they don't agree, let's kill them, or you know what I mean. Just really being so scared of the Sith that they feel they have to police every Force user in the galaxy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's really amazing. So I really love that too. All right, give me something you didn't like about
the show. Episode length. Fuck. I hated that. I hated that. That's really the only thing that
we still doing this though?
I don't know.
There's a 20-minute episode with 13-minute credits afterwards.
Right. 13 minutes of credit. 7 minutes of stuff happened. That's it.
For me, I guess I'll save mine because mine's kind of involving the finale episode. But obviously, I want to let you kind of lead the talk about the big reveal for this season.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, something huge. So go ahead.
So we don't know for sure if we saw what we thought we saw, but as soon as it was instantaneous for me.
Yeah, I literally stood up and I
did the Leonardo DiCaprio meme.
I stood up and I was just like,
Plagueis. It's Plagueis.
Bruh, how scary was that?
So it was weird. It was fucking creepy.
It came out of nowhere.
It was creepy.
It makes a lot of sense if you know his story, why he would be there.
Yes.
Why he would maybe be kind of watching, them. And
yes.
It really was unexpected and it was creepy.
So I would say that Plagueis was unexpected, but there being a Sith, some other potential Sith Lord out there was seemed obvious.
Expected,
because somebody turned Quamir. Somebody turned Quamir somehow, right? Like as far as we know, it's not that common. Or I don't know, maybe it is that like I mean, it's one thing to like go to the dark side, but in order to like be trained, he knew the phrase Sith. Like he understood that.
He knew the phrase.
So that I was expecting that reveal at some point, but I also think that there could be a rift. I think that like I'm not totally convinced that Khmer is like a full on bad guy. Like I think that it's almost kind of, it reminds me potentially of what Kylo was trying to do with Rey against Snoke or against the Emperor, where he wanted them to, he still could have been a bad guy, but like he was interested. That's the Sith way, right? To get rid of the master.
Get rid of the master. Get your own acolyte in this.
Right.
In this.
So I think that is probably what his goal is. However, the reason why we seem to think that it's Plagueis is one, because he looked like Plagueis. That's flat out. That's the biggest reason. Two, because we're talking, and this is a little bit disappointing, unfortunately, but I have to put it out there because I think it's possible. If we're talking about vergences in the Force where life is created, we have to think back to episode 3, where Palpatine tells young Anakin the story of Dark Plagueis the Wise. Said to be so powerful that he could even create life.
Not from a Jedi.
Not from a Jedi. Have you ever heard the tale?
That little turn.
Right. You pick up what I'm putting down? You want to join the dark side? Goddamn it. Bring your girl back. Come on. I got you. He really did. Come on. How much more do I need to spell it out? I'm a Sith Lord. Come on. How do you not know this by now? That's hilarious. He really was milking that shit, bro. Like, come on.
Hello? it's me, dog.
He was probably like, these niggas are so fucking stupid, bro. Like, how do they not know it's me? Dog. How do they not know it's me? I'm the fucking president of the universe. I'm the president.
Letting me do it the right way, dog.
Bruh.
I don't even have to do it from the shadows.
I didn't even have to do no bullshit. They elected me president of the universe, dog. And they just let me do whatever I want. These fucking dumbasses. Dog, the Jedi, bro. Come on. Bro. Oh, boy, have the Jedi fallen, man.
Hilarious.
So, yeah, that's what we are kind of thinking. This idea of the vergence, this idea of the, creating life. If that is Plagueis, what's the connection between Plagueis and the mother? Did she learn that from him, or did he learn it from her?
Or did he bring them to Brendok to mine the, what's it called?
The vergence or whatever?
The material.
Oh, the cortosis?
What if he brought them, this is what I was thinking, like, it would be crazy. What if he brought them to Brendok to mine the cortosis and then in exchange taught them how to create life through using the Force? And was kind of keeping an eye on, the girls for that.
Yes. Well, the reason that it's a little bit unfortunate is because, as you can tell, they couldn't fucking help themselves at the end with the Yoda reveal. It was totally unnecessary. No reason for him to be involved in this shit. But like I said, did I not call this? I told you, as soon as they announced New Republic or High Republic and not Old Republic, I immediately, they're going to have Yoda in this.
It's going to trail back to...
They're going to have Yoda.
To something. And
it's going to end up being about the Skywalkers again anyways. Because I promise you at the end of this series, they're going to either directly confirm or allude strongly to the creation of Anakin Skywalker. I guarantee it.
And
you don't need to do that, bro. Who cares?
Do that. And so I love the show.
Yes, me too.
It's one of my favorite shows. I don't know where I would put it at just yet, but it's definitely one of my top 3 favorite Star Wars shows.
Agreed.
Khmer, the Stranger, one of my favorite Star Wars characters of all time. Easy. Some of the best lightsaber fights I've ever seen. I hated Yoda being in this at the end.
Yes, bro.
And the reason I did is because we have to stay away from these timelines, man. I just, because now, right, let's just say you're writing yourself in a box again, which is what I'm tired of doing. And then, let's just say hypothetically speaking, that the what's her name? The green lady on the council, camera.
Vernestra.
Let's say Vernestra was a Sith, right? Let's just say hypothetically speaking, they were gonna go in a direction where Vernestra was serving Plagueis or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that's what they were doing. Let's say now if you do that, either way it goes. So she could be a Sith, Yoda could figure it out, he could stop her. Now it still makes him look like the biggest idiot ever because of what happens in the future from this point on. Say he doesn't figure it out, doesn't stop her. It makes him look like the biggest idiot ever because of what happens in the other movies. So now not only are you taking away from, a lot of possible storylines, you're also again like just feeding to this box of existing existing material already. And I hate when they do that, man.
No need for that, man.
They had to give us, you guys know this guy, don't you? Yoda, you like him? Open up. Open up, you little idiots.
Right. Open up, you little stupid motherfucker. I know that's all you can do is like these same ass characters for the past 45 years.
Oh my
50 damn years.
So annoying. But I loved this show. It was incredible. I think episode 5 was where it got insane. And then, got some really good lore stuff from there on.
Man.
Loved the Jedi being portrayed like this. I love samurai films. Every now and then you'll catch there's some legendary samurai films that kind of paint the samurai in a similar way. You know what I mean? And they're not about glorifying them, but showing how messed up they were and how much of a social class, you know what I mean, and how they treated other people. And so I thought this was a excellent take on the Jedi and a really dope perspective too. So I really like that about the show as well. But overall, man, loved the Acolyte. The finale was incredible. Outside of that last little Yoda thing, Easter egg at the end. But I love it, man. I love the show. Can't wait. I really hope they do a season 2.
Yeah,
I think they obviously have
I'm
to.
sure. Yeah, they got to.
But
and also, for the love of God, please, you've done High Republic. Please announce Old Republic, dog.
Please,
for the love of God.
Like
1,000 years in the past.
So
1,000.
So I had a moment where I was under the impression that it was 1,000 years. This show, and then I remembered that it was 100, and it instantly just. I was like, it's not far enough.
Yep.
I was like, it's not far enough.
I literally told you when they announced that show and they gave us a time frame. I said out loud, Yoda will be in this. I promise you, he will be in it.
I remember when he said it.
And lo and behold,
there
look at me, Yoda. Like, okay, we all love Yoda, but come on, man, move. What else you got? God damn it.
Recognize me, they will. Come on.
Facts.
But yeah, man, Acolyte was fire. Loved it. I need more. That show was dope.
Yes.
But with that said, let's go, man. Before we get out of here, it's late. We went over rehearsing for the show tomorrow.
Yep.
So it's late. We're old.
Late.
We need to go to bed.
Flat out got to go to work tomorrow, but that's fine. It's all good.
But yeah, man, real quick, we kind of talked about this in the Discord, and some of you guys were giving some
of you guys were not understanding the assignment.
weren't following the rules. So, top 5 of the day. Let's go, man. Your top 5. Let's follow the rules here. Favorite, we'll call them B-list. We'll call them not A-list, okay?
No.
So we'll say top 5 favorite B-list Marvel characters.
I would say B-list and below. I would say
B-list and below.
Top 5 like unsung like less popular heroes.
Yes, Marvel characters.
'Cause I don't care what you say, bro. I don't care if you say A beer, B tier, A beer, A tier. I don't know. A tier, B tier, C tier, whatever.
You not like a pirate,
right? You're not finna tell me that that Nightcrawler is not a popular character. He is. Black Panther is a popular character, bro. Gambit is a popular character. What are we doing here? So
agreed.
where was mine at? I'm gonna show you the list that I did the first time. Where is that, dog? Or no, the second time after niggas decided that they wasn't gonna follow the rules. So I did Nightcrawler, Gambit, Silver Surfer, and Shatterstar because fine, like if you think these are B tier characters, then fine. These are my favorite. But all of with the exception of Shatterstar, all of those guys are super well-known, recognizable characters. So what the fuck are we doing? Shout out to OG Revenite. He's super Star Wars. He's probably the most knowledgeable Star Wars fan in our Discord. But that Nightcrawler take was crazy, brother. Nightcrawler being D-list is outrageous. He got 3 solo runs. 3. At least 3. 3 that I know of. It's probably more. He's blue. And he disappears.
He's blue.
Everybody knows him.
He's blue.
Everybody knows Nightcrawler, man. Nightcrawler was my favorite X-Men when I was little. But yeah. All right. So, damn, where's my list? Here we go. All right. I actually only have 4, but I'm gonna add one. I'm gonna add one on the fly, and it's gonna be the one that I start with.
Boom.
I'm going to go. Ooh, even this one is kind of on the edge. Let me test it. Archangel.
I like that.
Okay, I'll go with Archangel as number 5.
What's his name? Something Worthington.
Warren Worthington the third. The third. He's a part. You remember back in the day where they would make. It was really like a point to make main characters have a name that started with the same letter, like Warren Worthington, Scott Summers, Peter Parker.
Alliteration, man.
Yeah, Wade Wilson. There's a bunch of examples of it.
That's hilarious.
That was like a necessity back in the day.
Chris Claremont. Wait,
that's
a real person,
real human. So we're gonna go with Archangel. Well, okay, so Angel, and then my favorite version of Angel is Archangel,
the Apocalypse
from the Horsemen of Apocalypse. My favorite version of Archangel is the version of him that existed like in that weird in between state after he got rid of the metal.
Yeah.
But he was still blue, and he had like the blue angel suit. That shit was fire. I love that. I love that. I had that toy too.
It was hard. That was a toy I had as well.
Yeah. So I like that because he was like still like kind of struggling to like regain his humanity. He was still a little bit crazy, and he was sort of an anti-hero ish a little bit. So I'm gonna go with Blue Angel or Archangel or like good face Archangel as number 5. Number 4, Taskmaster.
Hey, I love this pick here.
Taskmaster is the shit, bro. He's got hands. He's got everybody's hands. He doesn't just have his own hands.
He doesn't have his own hands.
He's got everybody else's hands, which is a lot of hands. And I like the fact that he's kind of like he's like a fighting genius, but he's also just kind of like a wisecracking, like New York ass nigga kind of.
Kind of give me the check.
Who's got the bread, bro?
Who you need me to fight?
Who you need me to scrap down right quick? Shit, Spider-Man. Shit, all right, no doubt. Let me watch. Somebody put on some film right quick.
Put it on film.
Put it on film, dog. Let me watch the tape right quick.
Hold on, why not?
I bet.
All right, bet, got it. All right, here we go. Hey, Spidey, web sling, goddammit. Dog, Taskmaster on Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was my favorite character.
Just like Cap.
Bruh, exactly, dog.
Love
that character. Cool. All right, number 3. I'm going to go with Scarlet Spider,
Hey,
Ben Riley.
One of the dopest design.
Bruh, that costume
ever.
is so fucking fire, dog. That's one of my favorite Spider-Man suits ever.
Shout out to my brother. My brother that was like his favorite version of Spider-Man, and he cosplayed it a few times.
Oh, I think
it was really dope.
maybe I didn't see him in live. I think he may have showed me a picture. So I'm a little foggy on the Ben Riley story. I know it's an alternate universe version, but he has a different origin story. Like, I think, is it Aunt May that dies instead of Uncle Ben or something like that?
Something like that.
And he has like, his powers are slightly different. I think he has the natural webs and not the web cartridges. Oh, he's a clone. My bad. He's a clone. Mm-hmm. He's not an alternate universe. He's a clone. That's right. I forgot. There's another version. There's like, since they introduced the Spider-Verse, every alternate version of Spider-Man, I'm like defaulting into a Spider-Verse, but like Ben Riley specifically was not I think what happened is that the main Spider-Man like died or like was out of commission for a minute, and then Scarlet Spider came in, and everybody thought it was the regular Spider-Man, but you learn that he was a clone. I forget the story. I need to reread it, but I do remember that I love the character and I love the suit. So who cares? That's all that really matters.
Boom.
And number 2, this is a deep cut. You know I love my X-Men. You know I love my random X-Men. I could have done a list of just all the Omegas, because only like 3 or 4 of them are like top tier characters in terms of like popularity. But this character is one of the most unique Omegas and is famous for being a overt case of either racism or failing to understand the source material when this character was killed in X-Men Days of Future Past.
I love it.
Darwin, whose name I can't remember, Armando Munez, I think is his name.
Love it.
Darwin's ability is literally, I cannot die. And he died stupidly in this movie. And I like that movie a lot, but come on now. What the fuck are we doing?
That was ridiculous.
His Omega level mutation is so intense that he got into a scrap with the Hulk one time, and the Hulk was finna fire on that nigga, bro. He cocked back and was finna blast this motherfucker, and the Darwin just disappeared. He just disappeared, and the rationale was his body.
The best thing to do in this situation.
You just can't be here, bro. You just can't be here, because if he make contact, that's a wrap, dog. If he makes contact, you're done. So the best way to survive this shit is to not be here. So Darwin was just like, I'm gone. Can't get hit, because if I do, I'm gonna die. That's insane. He grows lungs. He grows gills when he's underwater. I don't think he disappeared. I think he like turned into a state of like pure energy, so he couldn't be touched. He became non-tactile.
That's crazy.
Which is even crazier, low key. This was during World War Hulk, when the Hulk came to the X Mansion and started beating the shit out of Wolverine.
That is insane.
Dog.
That's wild.
I don't know why Wolverine always wants smoke with the Hulk. He always wants smoke with him. He wants to smoke with everybody, I guess.
He wants to smoke with everyone.
He be getting his ass whooped by the Hulk, though. But whatever, he's tough.
Dust yourself off and try again, buddy.
Put yourself back together and try again. Literally put yourself back together.
Dog, just imagine getting punched by the Hulk. You just get turned to chili.
Yeah, you get evaporated.
And then you gotta just wait till you grow back. Nah.
Yeah, that's tough. And then number 1 was Shatterstar.
Hey!
Just a sweet ass character. Looks sweet as hell. Looks sweet as hell. Sweet ass swords.
I don't care what nobody says. This is he's one of the best designed Marvel characters of all time.
The original one.
The original design looks
so cool.
Incredible, bro. He looks awesome.
Yes. So that's my list.
Very cool. Very cool, man. So dope. All right, man, let's go. My top 5 favorites. B-list, whatever, non-A-list characters in Marvel. Number 5, Taskmaster, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I think Taskmaster's black too. If you read some of those old, he's got a solo run that came out in like, I want to say maybe like early 2000s. I'm just saying, looks black. Taskmaster's fire. He got an awesome design, one of the coolest. You know what I always thought, bro? I think they missed the boat on him being a mutant. He should have been a mutant.
Yeah, that would have been fire.
That should be a mutant power.
Because I think he's just like Hawkeye kind of, and he's just like a nigga, just a person that's like,
and he has photographic reflexes. That's what they call it.
Yeah,
and
which is some nonsense.
And it's like that's how he's able to mimic everybody. But
yeah,
but
it's not like a power though, right? It's just like
it is a power. They say it's a power,
but like I guess what I mean is a power in the same sense that like Hawkeye has perfect aim, even though he's technically not superpowered.
Yeah.
Or is Taskmaster superpowered?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I have to look into that. But just imagine if he was a mutant and the things that they could do with that if it were a mutant ability. But I love Taskmaster. He got a sweet design. He's dope, man. He's one of my favorite characters. Number 5, Taskmaster. Number 4, again, trying to stick with the lesser known characters. I'm going with Silver Samurai at number 4.
Hey.
Obviously as a Wolverine fan, seeing a lot of Silver Samurai. This guy is a character that I wish had more stuff. Silver Samurai is awesome. He is a mutant. His power is
what is his power?
So his power is actually that he can
he has like a spiritual connection with his sword, right?
No, so what he does is he can actually generate it's called like a tachyon field or something like that. He can generate a field, and what he does is he channels it in the sword.
Yes. Yeah.
And I told you I've been reading a lot of older comic books recently, and I've been reading a lot of old Wolverine stuff, old X-Men stuff, X-Force stuff. But he can teleport, and I don't know if that's a mutant power of his, or I feel like sometimes they be forgetting over time.
For sure,
that these characters can do,
and sometimes they I think what they sometimes also do is they forget and then add a new power to like compensate. Like the whole, and then they turned it into like a like gimmick with like this whole second mutation thing. Like the best example is like Gambit, where he was getting too much pussy, and they were basically like, no, let's just make it that it's literally his power is that like he's literally irresistible. And like, all right, bro, cool.
Gambit is so underrated as a fighter,
bro.
I was reading again some Uncanny X-Men. Gambit straight up beat up Gladiator from the Shi'ar Empire. Straight up scrapped him and beat him in a fight. I was like, yo, Gambit's a dog, man. Love Gambit.
Yes.
But yeah, Silver Samurai number 4, just a really dope character. One of Wolverine's kind of, enemies, and always involved with the hand, that stuff, Psylocke. So Silver Samurai, number 4. Number 3, who I really wanted to try to pick some characters that I think I really slept on. This guy, he does play a huge role in the X-Men, but I think he qualifies as a B-list character because I think there's a character that is similar to him that is way more popular, and that's Bishop. Wow. Bishop's going to be my number 3. I love Bishop, man. I think that he's one of the coolest looking characters ever. And
also I think I talked about this on the pod before. A little known fact about Bishop is that he kind of changed a little bit. I think the original intention for Bishop and Shard were that they were black in the Aboriginal sense, like what they call quote unquote black fellas in Australia. That's that's the name, the local name for like indigenous Aboriginal people they look black. I mean, they're dark skinned. They've got like straight hair, but they're not necessarily like African black in that sense. I mean, there's some connection or some relationship, but it's not like the same exactly. But over time, I think he's been retconned to be flat out like black, like African American or like person of African descent black. He's got like locks and like
that's
braids
interesting.
now.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I think the original, because if you look at some of the old cards from back in the day, it says that his nationality is Aboriginalese or Aboriginal or something like that. Yeah.
That's I didn't know that.
But I don't think that's the case anymore. I think they may have just retconned it, or that he could just be like a black person from Australia.
Right.
I mean, they exist too.
That's interesting. But yeah, Bishop, really dope. Super important, man. This dude is like at the forefront of a lot of huge events.
He is always kicking off some sort of like multi crossover.
Dog, facts. Just showing up like, it's not here. What you talking about? Boom, multiverse crossover event. All the teams involved. But shout out to Bishop. Number 2, it was hard teetering between this and the number 1, but Psylocke is number 2 for me.
Damn, I can't imagine who's number 1.
Love Psylocke, man. Psylocke.
Oh, I know who's number 1. Never mind.
Is an incredible character. She is awesome. One of the best character designs, man. If you were into X-Men in the 90s, bro, she was a pillar team member of that.
She was.
That 90s run. Obviously, a lot of weird stuff and confusion with her, with the character of Psylocke and Quanon and Betsy Braddock and Revenge and all that stuff. But it's a cool story. They do get into it, and there is a storyline in the X-Men comics that kind of explains it. Psylocke's dope, man. She has awesome power as well. She can literally make, I mean, we see her use swords and daggers all the time, but she can make really supposedly any weapon using her psychic energy.
Yep.
She's awesome. Always been one of my favorite characters. She's one of my mains in Marvel vs. Capcom too. And again, man, like I said, just she's dope. And now that they've kind of gone and they've truly fixed the thing.
Finally, you know what I mean? After like 25 years.
But after really getting familiar with it though, like they were both always there. You know what I mean? It's Quanon's body, but they both of their minds were there. Yeah, were there.
Yeah.
But now they're completely separate. Betsy Braddock is Captain Britain now. Quanon is Psylocke now. Completely separate. I think they both still have that mental link, but they're completely separate characters.
Also, Psylocke is like stepmother to Jubilee's child, or something like that, or there's some sort of.
Know that.
They have, if you read during Dawn of X, what are they in together? Is it Excalibur? I think they're in the Excalibur run together.
Maybe Excalibur.
Oh no! It's
Fallen Angels.
Fallen Angels. Yeah. Fallen Angels. They've got some sort of relationship with. I don't think it's like romantic, but I think she's like godmother to Jubilee's child.
I check that out.
Yeah. Fallen Angels was dope.
Fallen Angels was really good. I loved it. That was when they kind of fixed that whole situation. Was in that story. And then number 1, Shatterstar, man.
Yes.
90s X-Force comics. One of the best design characters ever. This dude is so cool. Like, for lack of a better word.
He was the king of the Liefeld's side faceplate.
If you had to show one character that represents Rob Liefeld's drawing, it's Shatterstar.
It's either Shatterstar or Cable.
Or Gambit.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But Cable is definitely, as far as like the proportions.
Jesus.
Proportionately, it's Cable, but character design.
Who is a less proportional human? Cable or Prime Hiroshi Tanahashi? I think his chest was so damn big, dog.
Bro, incredible. But geez, that's my top 5, man. Number 1, Shatterstar. 2, Psylocke. Number 3, Bishop. Number 4, Silver Samurai. Number 5, Taskmaster. Lesser known characters, man. Very cool. There are so many characters in Marvel that I would love to see mutants, especially in this next season of X-Men 97.
Hell yeah. Man, I can't wait.
They kind of showed Shatterstar. I would love to see, or they not Shatterstar, but they showed Silver Samurai. Love to see him pop up, do some stuff.
I mean, they hinted at Mojo World, which is always where
Shatterstar. Come on, man. Let's do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. There we go. Episode 180 in the books. We're gonna get some sleep.
Yes.
Thank you all for listening. We'll let you know how the show goes on the next episode. Peace.